His name struck fear into hearts of men. Alexander the Great. We're doing an Alexander campaign. Yeah.
Alexander the Great was one of history's most brilliant generals. Alexander was thrust onto the throne at a young age after the murder of his father, the king of Macedonia, in 336 BC. At the time of his death, 13 years later, his empire spanned most of the known world from Greece to India. Follow in his footsteps or forge your own path as you attempt to conquer the world.
Okay, so we can get started now. So what's up, guys? This is Astrobat here with a new campaign. You've just been educated on a bit of the backstory for Alexander the Great. So this scenario is based on the life of Alexander and what happened after the death of his father, Philip II. There are two revolts happening right now, one in the north for Illyria and then one in the south for the Greek states. So the first thing we need to do is quell the revolts between both countries. So we're going to begin our first battle. Very excited, super excited. I love everything about classical history. So we're gonna begin our objective now. We're gonna reposition our armies behind the mountain because I want to protect our allies, and then I'm gonna send my scout out forward. What else can we do? We want to build a mine on this position on the mountain and protect it with a tower because we're going to have a couple skirmishes with some nomadic barbarians. Okay, so everything there looks okay. I'll get into a bit of background about Rise of Nations if you haven't played it before, but I have a feeling that if you've clicked on this video, you probably know what Rise of Nations is. So we're gonna reposition our army here to get behind enemy forces. We're gonna take out the archers first. And once we've taken out the archers, we can deal with the heavy infantry. I'm going to send my heavy infantry forward to meet them, and hopefully we're going to pull back our companion cavalry because they cannot handle heavy infantry at all, as you can see. Just going to focus down the archers and take the supply wagons, and we're good. Our ally is defended. Let's move west and see if there's any small cities, like secondary cities, that we can take from our enemy. The enemy here, the Illyrians, they usually build something close to this mountain. I'm not holding my breath though, you know. The city might be somewhere else. And I think we're taking attrition, so we're going to have to move away from our enemy's national boundaries. Meantime, I'm going to research Republic, pump out some citizens, and build a second tower just to be safe. And don't do what I did. I think the best position would be a little bit back, second tower, so that when the enemy comes in, all three towers can fire directly at it. It's okay though, it doesn't make that much of a difference. And we found the second city of our enemy, so we're gonna come in with our army. We don't really need supply wagons for this. It's gonna be a small skirmish. But heavy cavalry. Wow. Heroic as hell. It's okay though, we're gonna clean up and just snipe away the rest of these army units. Let's get our phalanx or heavy infantry forward, and our javelineers and archers can clean up. We're gonna swoop down and destroy the city. Sack it, and hold this position for now. It's going to be our focus. So let's regroup and hold this position. So, I mean, the only game I can compare this to really is like Age of Empires, because I haven't played a lot of, I guess, modern like computer RTS games, like StarCraft and Warcraft. Anyway, so the difference between this and say like an Age of Empires is just the way you manage your resources. Everything in this game is city-centered. You don't have to put too much emphasis on defending the city. Sorry, on defending supply chains, because you're not gathering a resource and bringing it directly back to your town center. Your position is like, your citizens are static. They stay in one place, they gather, and the resources go directly into your resource pool. If you compare that to Age of Empires 2, where you have to gather the resources and bring them back to your town, or some other, you know, obscure games, or even the original StarCraft. I think all the StarCrafts are like that as well. So that's kind of a thing that makes this game unique, is your resource management's not the focus of the game. The focus is just pure military strategy. I'm gonna build the siege factory because we're gonna need catapults, probably 2 catapults and a supply wagon to take Illyria safely. To take it safely, I mean, I could just march my army in and probably sack it. But we want to be as safe as possible. I'm gonna build a second siege factory, just see if we can pump out the units at double the pace. Get at our, so we got our first catapult, got our supply wagon. Just gotta wait for the one catapult. In the meantime, let's get some more, let's create life at our city center. And I think we're ready now. Just gonna regroup and start our siege on Illyria. And our allies are going to help us by absorbing most of the damage, because they're being stupid and just sending in their armies blindly. We're gonna focus on, well, we were gonna attempt to focus down the long-range units, our enemies. All our hoplites are probably going to die. That's okay though, that's okay. The rest of our units are in a good position. And our enemy's gonna probably pump out some heavy infantry to attack the city, so we're just gonna focus on the siege and our allies can take it. We don't care for Illyria, it's like some small northern barbarian city. We have our sights set on something much grander, like much better for us. We're gonna take all of Persia. We're gonna take all of Persia. It's gonna be tremendous. Tremendous. Okay. So now we're gonna regroup and defend ourselves against these random cavalry attacks. We still have to deal with the Getae. I think they're called the Getae. And Scythian Merchant does come to offer us information about where these cavalrymen are coming from. But he wants 200 gold, and I don't want to give him money. We don't negotiate with Scythians. And just grab the barracks over here and destroy it. We're also going to make sure our hoplites don't die, because our hoplites aren't very smart. They're carrying sarissas that are the length of 3 to 4 meters, but evidently they don't move towards cavalry that start attacking them. They're very devoted servants to the Macedonian Empire, so they will only obey the orders you give them directly. Okay. So let's advance forward and take out the next two stables. My army from the north has finally arrived. Just regroup everyone here. Alexander at the front of the cavalry charge, just like in real life. It's too bad that your leader can't actually... I don't understand how you can have Alexander the Great as a character and not have him as like a combat character, just as like a general that stands in the back like a coward to offer bonuses. So, we're gonna get a head start on attacking the third stable with our catapult and supply wagon, and we'll just have the barracks units support that. And we're gonna continue to micromanage our hoplites here. Almost done though. Oh, sorry, our phalanx. That's what I meant to say. Okay, so we just have one more stable to deal with. We should be okay. Just gonna ignore that cavalry man because it's more important to defend the catapults in its position to do that. The units are practically going to die soon, so let's just throw them into the meat grinder. The campaign's almost over, and sorry. Didn't get much sleep yesterday night. Alright, so we took the last stable. 1254. Gonna just take a look around the map, see all the resources we could have gathered, but honestly there wasn't much time. I mean, to build a dock to get to those resources is kind of a waste of time for this scenario. We got a rare resource and a supply center. The supply center is going to give us another army, and we're not in a position to attack Persia. Next time we might attack the Greeks and integrate them into our empire, so until then, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you again in the next episode. Take care, guys.